Hello, everybody. Another day at the gym. Today I'm doing push pull, then probably some abs and mobility. Um, yeah, I went on a 3 mile run earlier today, like 3.1 or 3.2 miles, something like that. If you guys have been following along, I've been, I guess, kind of on a cut towards the summer. I want to get really shredded. Like just a couple of days ago, I was going through some of my old photos back when I used to compete in like bodybuilding and stuff, and I used to be really shredded when I was close to show day, and that's kind of how lean I want to get this summer. And not only get that lean, but also be able to maintain it for an extended period of time, and also keep up my performance and lifts. So yeah, over the past couple of days slash week, well, yeah, at least the past 2 weeks, I've been making a very conscious effort to do a lot more running, do a lot more cardio stuff. Um, yeah, running over the past week, but extended cardio sessions on like the Stairmaster and stuff for a while before that. So today, like I said, push pull, then some abs, and then some mobility probably. What I've been doing is this giant set for back and shoulders. Well, not a tricep. So doing a kneeling single arm lat pull down. Being in a kneeling position keeps the lats. So like if I'm pulling with the right hand, the right knee is on the floor. This creates an extra stretch in the hip area, which gives me a deeper stretch, which gives me better lat development. Doing 10 reps on each side. After 10 each side of that, doing just regular single arm lat pull down. So sitting on the surface. One of the things that I'm keeping in mind of is like if my spine is a straight line, there's a straight line traveling through the center of my head, and I'm kind of trying to lean. So like when the cable pulls me this way, my spine is leaning a little bit to the left, and I'm trying to keep my head in line with that, if that makes sense. Otherwise, it feels like my neck is out of position. Like it doesn't hurt or anything, but just that slight little maneuver seems to give me a better stretch and contraction towards the upper half of the lat and back. I'm also pretty low on calories. Today I've had 3 eggs and some ground veal. Besides that, it's just been coffee and milk and the Monster. I've also started drinking this I don't know. I got this drink with turmeric, apple cider vinegar, and what else is in it? Turmeric and ginger and some chili pepper. Uh, it's supposed to be like some sort of, I don't know, digestive, whatever the hell. It's got a like a acquired taste to it. I like to mix it with honey sometimes, and today I mixed it with my 0 calorie white monster. So that was quite the combination, but yeah. For you Toronto Canadians, you can find it at Farm Boy. I think it's like the Canadian Whole Foods. Well, Canada has Whole Foods, but I guess Farm Boy. I don't know if it's local to Ontario or not, but there's a grocery store called Farm Boy, and they have like organic stuff and whatnot, and they have kind of like these kombuchas and stuff. I occasionally like to indulge in some of these hippie-ish foods. Uh, I don't know. Some of these taste funky, and uh, sometimes funky tastes nice. For the third exercise, doing single arm kettlebell shoulder presses. Going for 10. And switching sides. So yeah, a lot of vertical push pull there. That was my fifth set, and that's the last set. We're gonna move on to something else. For the next set of movements, moving into cable chest presses while laying on a bench. The cables are also coming at an angle, so it helps hit a little bit of upper chest because of the angle. So movement looks like this. So holding both of them up and then going alternated. The fact that there's an angle and it's a cable, there's like constant tension on the pecs, and it gives a really cool contraction and stretch, and I'm able to connect with my muscle fibers quite a bit. Going for about 12 on each side, and after 12, I'm doing both arms at the same time. And just pumping out till I hit failure. After that, turning around and grabbing the cables, sitting at the edge so that I can like get a full stretch without it hitting the end, and doing like a low cable row. And slightly rotating my palms in and out as I row. Targeting the lower lats, essentially the striations on either end of the Christmas tree of the back. And as I hit failure, I'm like slowly putting like more momentum and lower back into it to squeeze every little bit out of the muscle, going for the pump rather than a set rep range. So yeah, that's what I'm doing. A couple of sets of this, now moving on to abs. Yeah, this was my fourth set. Probably gonna do one more. So for what will be the final set of movements before I head into the sauna, I'm going to do mills. So if you're familiar with club bells, there's a movement called mills with club bells, and it's going to be a really similar movement with kettlebell, but with a kettlebell. So I'm counting this as shoulder mobility because it works on a lot of shoulder rotation. So it looks like this. So it's a really nice exercise to feel on the shoulders. Like it feels like I'm kind of grooving the ball and socket joint at the shoulder. And it feels really nice. And then the whole body kind of has to move to kind of guide the kettlebell. So it feels nice on the core as well. My right shoulder is my tight shoulder. And it feels quite nice on it. It feels like it kind of brings it into place. Switching sides. I believe this is called an inside mill. And then I'm going to do outside mills after. After that, doing outside mills, like I mentioned. So an outside mill is essentially the reverse of what I was doing. So it looks like this. Switching sides after 10. So if you notice, the whole body is rotating with the kettlebell to facilitate the motion. And so there's a lot of like core involved to make that happen. Then finishing off with some lying kettlebell alternated knee raises, targeting the hip flexor and abs. I find this movement to target my abs really well, and like I notice like a visual improvement in my core from doing more of this. The thing is, all of these were conclusions that I came to last year and the years before that. But something happens over the winter, or like my mind starts like rotating in cycles where it brings in some movements or starts training a certain different way. I don't know. I don't know how to articulate what's in my mind, but let me finish the set. Okay. So, uh, like conclusions such as doing more direct ab work, especially stuff that's like the from the ankle up. So you can do sit-ups, which is from the head up to the midsection. I would say, what is that? I don't know, bottom up versus top bottom. I don't know. This doesn't make sense. Anyway, like from bringing the weight from the leg to the core versus from the head to the core. So there are sit-ups, and like doing stuff where I'm bringing my legs towards me seems to improve the way my waist looks more than uh, movements that I guess are from the head. So that's definitely a conclusion that I've come to in the past. And another conclusion that I've come to in the past is running improves the way I look, at least from a definition standpoint, more than any other form of cardio. But I somehow always manage to convince myself otherwise. Probably because I hate running so much, and so I don't end up running as often as I should. But I'm making a very conscious effort to override that mentality, and so far I've been successful. One thing is definitely the Canadian cold. I hate being outside in the cold, but I've kind of been trying to override that too. But fortunately, the weather is getting better, so I don't have to tolerate that too much. And so, at least for the near future, things will be fine. Canadian winters are brutal. There's barely any sunlight. It's really cold. Yeah, anyway. Uh, then the other thing is, uh, what's the other thing? Oh yeah, another thing that helps me keep my waist looking good is vacuums. And I used to do a lot more vacuums. I don't do vacuums like during the gym. I just kind of do them at my own time when I'm like lying down or something. But then I stopped doing that too. And actually, when you do vacuums, it kind of helps control your appetite a little. At least for me, it does. Uh, it I don't know. It seems to, I guess, reduce the amount of volume that it takes to make volume of food that it takes to make the stomach feel full. And just in general, I think that act of like pulling in your stomach kind of makes the stomach kind of stick to the back a little better, and so it gives you like a trimmer look. So just those three things, and I did a few vacuums yesterday. I probably will do some today before bed or in the sauna or something. And so just all those three things, those are all conclusions that I've come to in the past, but then I kind of forget or get too complacent or lazy and then don't do them. Anyway, the point being, sometimes you already know what you need to do, but you're just too lazy to do it. At least I am. And I'm trying to fix that. And hopefully, man, this summer I really want to be shredded. I want to be super shredded. I want to look sick. Anyway, uh, that's it for the workout. like I said, I ran earlier, 3 miles, a nice 2 hour lifting session. Now, sauna, and yeah, that would be it. That's all for today's video. See you all tomorrow, probably, possibly.